Henry, what did you make of the joint declaration after FOCAC that included language on African governments upholding the principle that Taiwan is part of China? Is this ultimately what this is all about, building a coalition and consensus to support one China?
Yes, I mean, this has been a part of Chinese foreign policy since day one, and it has a long history, particularly in Africa, because it was thanks to Africa that China won the votes that it needed to re-enter the United Nations as they saw it and take Taiwan's seat in the 1970s. And it was African votes that tipped the balance. And so that this one China policy will always be part of that relationship, and they will always be turning to African partners to support them in those sorts of endeavors. But it's really par for the course at this stage.
Mandy, jumping in here, how valid is the criticism, Henry, that China tends to get more out of the economic arrangements than the African nations?
It totally depends. So if, for example, if we're talking about the debt trap narrative, which has come up again, as you mentioned in your remarks about Uganda, I mean, this is one of the caricatures of the relationship that has come up time and again. The reality is, it's actually, we shouldn't take for granted the fact that a lot of these African countries really value the money that they've borrowed to build the infrastructure that they need, not least countries that needed it, like Angola in the post-Civil War reconstruction from the 1990s onwards. They're heavily indebted to China. They're one of the countries that is most at risk of debt default, and China is a large holder of the cards. But really what this debate highlights is the need for finance and the need for infrastructure in the region more than anything else. And I think there is a temptation to jump to conclusions that this has been forced on African states so that China can seize assets, whereas in reality, it's often very demand-driven, but it's also, from the Chinese perspective, mostly about building good relationships on the continent, specifically so that they can achieve, votes in the UN and support in international fora. And so I think even just from the perspective of, would China be willing to seize an asset that it had funded that fell into debt? I think they know that that would be very poor politics and make them look very bad and not achieve the goal of the lending in the first place, which is to build stronger relationships for soft power reasons, really.
Hi, I'm Emily Tan, and thanks for watching CNBC. You can check out more of our videos by clicking on the boxes on the screen, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. Thanks for watching.